And I mean, I know lots of people who've been staggeringly successful and watched them throughout my life. I mean, those people, you don't want to have an argument with them. They'll just slash you into pieces.
So what I'm about to show you here is a video from the one and only, you probably heard me talk about him quite a few times, and his name is the man in flesh himself, Jordan Peterson. So this is going to be one of those analysis videos where I kind of walk you through the video and I give you my insight and perspective. So let's go watch the video right now.
The best way to teach people critical thinking is to teach them to write.
So when we talk about writing, I think that a lot of times, at least me as an engineer, I think it just seems like a hassle. You know, it's just one of those things that you think that, writing is just so difficult and it's a waste of time. And we engineers, at least when we are in school, we are trained to write technical pieces, technical reports. And those technical reports are obviously very different than other creative writing pieces, let's say, right? Because in creative writing, you use a lot more descriptive or more bluff per se. Technical reports are very detailed. They go right to the point. So when I was doing all these writing tasks, I always thought in university that it was just a waste of my time if it wasn't related to engineering, as I mentioned in other videos. And I really didn't pay much attention to it. And honestly, no one really explained the reason why I had to write just as clearly as Jordan Peterson explains it in this video.
Because what's happened now, it's very hard to teach people to write because it's unbelievably time intensive. And like marking a good essay, that's really easy. Check A. You did everything right. Marking a bad essay? Oh my God. The words are wrong, the phrases are wrong, the sentences are wrong, they're not ordered right in the paragraphs aren't coherent, and the whole thing makes no sense. So trying to tell the person what they did wrong, it's like, well, you did everything wrong. Everything about this essay is wrong. Well, that's not helpful either.
This reminds me a lot of many perhaps of the essays that I wrote. I remember, I mean, I wasn't the best writer back then, and right now I'm definitely not the best writer, but I do have a lot more practice on writing, on creative writing, not just on technical writing. So I can definitely see where it's just difficult to put your thoughts in order. Sometimes you don't have a structure, you're putting a lot of irrelevant details, and you just lose or miss the point in what you're writing. So it's very, very important to how we structure our essays in this case, and because that's going to show or portray how we are thinking and our thought process.
The best thing you can do is teach people to write, because there's no difference between that and thinking. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that just blows me away about universities is that no one ever tells students why they should write something. It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no, you need to learn to think.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about, because when I was in university, people just told me that, or as far as I remember, professors, it was just, whenever I took English classes, which is where I learned like how to write in general, like an essay, right? No one really told me this is how you learn to think. It was more like just one more grade for my case, just to kind of check the box and just get a grade for the class. But now that I'm thinking back and watching this video, now it really makes sense. And maybe I would have put a little bit more effort in those classes, knowing what the benefits would be after learning how to be a little better at writing essays.
Because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake. And those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. So that's why you learn to write. It's like, well, I can't believe that people aren't just told that. It's like, it's the most powerful weapon you can possibly provide someone with.
I mean, man, what he's saying right now really hit me so powerfully. Because if you really think about it, like all the people, especially when you join the engineering world, or when you join, if you're not an engineer or watching if you're from any industry, you're going to see that the people that get out there, the people that are good speakers, the people that have well thought out opinions, and they're very persuasive and they have a lot of influence on how things are being done. And I think it's absolutely right that when he says that if you can think, speak, and write well, man, your opportunities are going to be endless, because people are going to want to work with you.
And I mean, I know lots of people who've been staggeringly successful and watched them throughout my life. I mean, those people, you don't want to have an argument with them. They'll just slash you into pieces. And not in a malevolent way. It's like, if you're going to make your point and they're going to make their point, you better have your points organized, because otherwise you are going to look like and be an absolute idiot. You are not going to get anywhere. And if you can formulate your arguments coherently and make a presentation, if you can speak to people, if you can lay out a proposal, God, people give you money, they give you opportunities, you have influence. That's what you're at university for.
Think of a time if you are getting into a conversation or a discussion with someone, and pay attention to this next time you're involved in one. When you're having a discussion and you're sharing your ideas and you're sharing your opinions, thoughts, and whatnot, and a lot of times you hear people, or maybe this was you, I know this was me at one point, you hear them say, just whatever, or just because, or I just don't like him, or I just don't like her, or just really very general points of view that when you challenge them, or when you just go a little deeper in substance of the thought or opinion, then you really don't get that much, because they really can't put their thoughts in order. They can't make an argument. I'm still not as good, but I'm much better than I used to be, and that's what counts, right? We all in our personal journeys. But my point is that when we cannot put our thoughts in order, then, like he says, we're going to look like idiots when we are trying to give an opinion or give a thought and we can't really explain what exactly it is that we mean. So this video right here actually influenced the way I conducted myself, and it really taught me the value of writing and putting my thoughts in order and making arguments, and not with respect to fighting verbally, but my point is like making discussions worthy and giving substance to my points of view. So definitely encourage you guys to, if you have too many thoughts, write them out, organize them, and that's going to help you think a little clearer. It's going to help you be a little more articulate, and as Jordan Peterson mentions in this video, it's going to help you be just a little better when it comes to performing, not just as an engineer, of course, but also as a person outside of work. So that's the video that I wanted to show you guys here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you find it valuable or useful in any way, make sure you drop me a like, give me a comment below, see what you think of this video and whether or not you're going to be engaging in a little more writing going forward, because as he said, it's going to help you a lot, not just professionally, but also personally. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.